Good evening. I'm Mike Gray, and this is my presentation. I was in a group with Tammy, and we had question 10. Tammy covered athletic success and life skills. I'm going to talk about what is meant by athletic success tonight, um, which is really kind of I don't know, it's a broad topic. I mean, athletic success can be measured in many ways. A lot of people will tell you athletic success means one thing when another person will tell you it means something totally different. Um, for example, people will say athletic success is measured in your win and loss ratio as a coach. And that's true. People will judge you on that. The media will judge you on that. Your whole career will be judged on that. Also, people measure athletic success as what kind of facilities you have. Do you have a turf field? Do you have a big stadium? Do you have a gymnasium, or do you have an arena? You know, do you host a wrestling tournament? Do you host a baseball tournament? Things like that. People also judge what athletic success is on how many players you have go to college to play sports on a full ride, for example. Okay, I mean, that's one way to judge it. I see reasoning there and things like that. Also, people judge athletic success on, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. You know, grades, graduation rate, things like that. Also, they'll measure it on, how big of a program you'll have. I've seen that happen, things like that. So, I mean, it can mean a multitude of things. Let's look at facilities first. A lot of people will say, you're just not successful athletically unless you have big time facilities. Let's use two of the biggest schools in the state, and three of them actually: Union, Broken Arrow, and Jenks. Okay, Jenks's football stadium, for example, is nowhere near compared to Broken Arrow and Union's. It's not. I mean, it's huge. Don't get me wrong, but it's not in comparison, in my opinion. However, Broken Arrow has not had the success that Jenks and Union has, football-wise. I mean, they've gotten close several times, but they hadn't gone to the title game ever that I can remember in my lifetime. And one man that comes to mind I want to talk about is Vic. His last name is Vic, and in 2013, in the American Psychological Association journal, he published an article. It's called "The Relationship of Site Wealth and District Type Related to Athletic Success of Georgia Schools." And what he did, he went through the state of Georgia, and he looked at every high school, not every high school, several high schools, and he measured their athletic success in direct correlation to what kind of facilities they had. Okay, are they winning because they have great facilities, or are they winning because they just have the athletes, so on and so forth? And he found that athletes tend to be drawn towards nice things, facilities, in other words. That's kind of true. I mean, in my time in Tulsa Public Schools, I've seen numerous athletes move out of our district and move to the suburbs like Jenks, Union, places like that, because they're drawn to those facilities. For example, look at Tulsa Public Schools, the district I work in. We have nicer facilities than we've had in the past when I first started there. Not all of our high schools have their own stadium, though. For example, I work at Nathan Hale High School, and we don't have our own stadium. We have to share with East Central. East Central has always been a traditionally big football powerhouse, mainly because they've got very nice facilities. And we've had several of our, and also Tulsa's the district of choice. It means when you're in middle school, you can pick which high school you want to go to. And anyway, we've lost several athletes from our middle school next door. It's called Hale Junior High, and they've moved to East Central or Booker T. Washington or Memorial's District, places like that, mainly because of those facilities. And I tend to believe with that. Vic even goes further, stating that not only is facility is a big draw, the districts that started investing money into their programs and building the facilities and things like that and got better over time because they were willing to invest and take the time to, where it matters. Moving along, but the next one I want to look at is academic success, okay? A lot of coaches that I've coached with in the past, that have coached me, that I've worked with, and one of my philosophies is academic success can be based on how many kids you got to graduate, how many kids you got that are eligible, things like that. Because, yes, they're there to play sports. However, they have to make the grade, okay? I am a firm believer in that. Sauer, in 2013, he published an article that was called Beyond the Playing Field, the Role of Athletic Success, and it was in the American Psychological Association Journal. And what it was, he did a detailed study of kids that played college sports. And in the study, he looked at how successful they are when they graduate. And I think it was just about everyone that he studied, I remember right, just everyone that he studied was successful the first decade after graduating. They, had traditional leadership roles. They were good with team building skills, things of that nature. So, in other words, Sauer takes it one step further and says, hey, it's measured in academic success. I like that. I agree with that. Academic success is very important. Also, I wanted to look at another angle that's kind of fits in there. Kids can't have athletic success that don't do anything. And this is something that I kind of hits home with the kids I'm around all day and the ones that I coach. And, I look at, when you're a coach, you look at your players as your kids, and I call them my kids, is obesity. I would say a good 10% of the kids I have that come into high school have never played any sports. They're traditionally what people used to call couch potatoes. These kids would stay in the summertime, not go outside, lay under the air conditioner, play video games, drink Kool-Aid and all that. My high school coach used to say you didn't do anything all summer except sit inside and drink Kool-Aid and play video games. But, excuse me, I have a lot of kids that do that, and this, this kind of hits home for me, and I really believe that for a kid to be athletically successful, he's got to have some, want to get in shape, to push himself, okay, if that makes sense. And anyway, Lloyd and Oliver in 2015 in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning and Research stated that long-term athletic development is the key to athletic success, but obesity will get in the way of that because the body's not used to it and they don't have the mindset to be traditionally successful. I agree with bits and parts of that, okay? I believe any kid can do, anything he can put his mind to. But I do agree that if they don't have the right mindset and they're not athletically ready, they're not going to have athletic success. It happens sometimes, but it can't. And that hit, pretty close to home for me there because, the kids I work with every day. But in reflection, I've covered some of the ideas that people say, or beliefs, rather say, that, define athletic success. Some of them I agree with, some of them I don't. In my final opinion and reflection, athletic success is not measured completely by wins and losses. True. Your record as a coach will always follow you everywhere you go. No matter what job you have or what you do, your record will follow you. Also, I believe Mainly, I believe athletic success is measured in your kids succeeding. Can they be productive citizens in society? Will they succeed in college? Will they succeed in the workforce? Will they make it to the professional level? Things like that. And finally, also I don't tend to believe that athletic success should be measured in facilities. I mean, it does help, it does count, but I kind of feel it's superficial. So mainly my thing is athletic success. The Mike Gray belief is measured in, do your kids graduate? Do they become productive citizens? Can they make it in the workforce and leave a good life? Thank you. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. You have a blessed evening.